Hi Garth Gang, welcome back to another video, and I'd like to share with you my BPL experience. I would just like to add before I set out that I am ill, and so most of my experience has been hampered by my illness. And as you're probably aware, if you're a long follower of the channel, I do have IRL responsibilities which must take precedence. And unfortunately, my IRL responsibilities in regards to BPL happen mostly over the weekend, so I don't have a lot of time over the weekend, but I felt um, that this BPL I would make a serious attempt to be involved and enjoy myself, and I put in everything, and then yeah, between me registering and getting accepted and then started, I became ill, but I have partaken, and yeah, so this is where I'm at. I got placed into the Katava team. I can't remember what all the ascendancies are. If you look up on the Badget Private League website, I'll link that below in the description. You can see which teams are participating and what ascendancies they are. I chose champion out of the ascendancies for Team Katava, and I decided to go along with the hype of Explosive Arrow. So I leveled with, what did I level with? Oh, I chose the very bad idea of leveling Caustic Arrow and Toxic Rain Ballistas as a champion. That went very badly because there was no synergy with the starting area or ascendancy or that, so that was very slow. Additionally, I didn't get any 3 links of the right colours before Act 4. So I was a two link Andy all the way through Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. I was using my Orbs of Transmutation, I want to say. Yep. To buy gear from the vendors to get chromes, and then using the chromes to try and turn the 3 links I had found via vendors into what I could use. And yeah, that didn't go well. In Act 5, I managed to get a single solitary Orb of Unbinding, so I threw that on a decent base and ended up with a bit of gear I could use. And then I got a couple of 3 links around about Act 4, Act 5, I think, somewhere around there, and the build started to work because by that point I then had the correct skills and I could start actually doing some DPS. Once I got into Act 5 I managed to kill Katava, and then I was sorting out rares gear. I was able to use the jewelers I'd found and orbs of fusing to get some 3/4 link gear and actually start the build, and it was okay. Once I got up to a full 4 link set of gear and get some DPS nodes, then it was fine. My biggest mistake was leveling Explosive Arrow Totem was fine. It was using Frenzy to level with, and that was a bad mistake. Once I got into maps, I exchanged Frenzy for Rain of Arrows, which as you can see on my bar now, and that was the best choice I ever made. I should have leveled as Rain of Arrows with Explosive Arrow Totem, and it would have been so much easier. And this is where we're at now. We are level 77, I think it is. Yep, level 77. We are res capped other than Chaos Res, which is fine. And the gear is not bad. If you don't know about BPL, it is a team-based event. All trading between the teams is free. Inside the team, outside the team, it's kind of discouraged. Unless there's an item you really need, and then you kind of, the haggling begins, but essentially it's whatever you can get from your team, so it's like group found, if you like, and that severely limits you on trying to get the gear, or you have to craft it yourself. But again, in the team event, you're feeding most of the important craft materials to the crafters to craft gear for your pushers and your bosses and people doing that shit. If you're just a casual Andy like myself, just leveling up to try and be a part of the event, you kind of get stuck at the bottom of the barrel, unfortunately. Possibly because I've not put myself out there. Because of my medical conditions, I can't have the global chat on, and I can't do the voice chat, so I'm limited to the text channel inside the Discord, and this time around that hasn't been particularly helpful. So here we are, level 77. I've managed to pick up 2 5 links. The way I went for the trade search on the 5 links, I was looking for 5 links that already were coloured. Excuse me, most of the creams you see in my tab I've picked up after I got the 5 links. I use most of them during the leveling process. So here we go, let's just go through the gear. I picked up this bow from the trade for the explosive arrows. So we have the explosive arrow, we have the totem support, and then life tap, combustion, and ignite prolif. I didn't care what was on the bow, I just happened to luck out and get a +3 bow. That's fine. The body armor, again, I was looking for any body armor that had the colors I needed. So we've currently got Rain of Arrows with Slow Proj, Hex Touch for the vulnerability, and Life Tap. Now normally these two green ones will be swapped for Frenzy and greater multiple projectiles, which is why they're leveling in there. And I will go back to that once I get to level 80. The plan I have is to try and get to level 80 before the event, get Uberlub done and down, then I take the Ancestral Bond totem node, so I don't deal damage, but only the totems do, and then I put on my Diadean Dawn and then do a little bit of rejigging on the resistances. For the rest of the gear, that gem's just leveling. I've got an element of damage to attack support, which is the 6th link for the explosive arrow, and I've got the life gain on hit, which is the 6th link for the frenzy / Rain of Tarots thing. But the gear, the helm was, I searched for any helm that had life and chaos resist, so that's what I got. This has got the auras in there: Grace, Defiance, Banner, Determination and Vitality. We've got a movement skill. Now typically most people go for Flame Dash. I hate Flame Dash, and again there's no particular reason to go Flame Dash really that I can see. I don't like the skill. I prefer Dash, so we've got Dash, Life Tap and Second Wind. I never had any plans to put a 4th link in this setup. That was the move. That was the setup I put in my POB. So this is just leveling in there. Gloves, we've got custom damage taken, immortal call, and life tap, so I can reserve all my mana. And then we've got precision by itself as the 5th aura. All the gear has come from the team in chat. Even the belt I've crafted on the stats you see. Yeah, I mean that's got an empty slot on there, so I could probably craft on that, but I don't actually need anything, and I haven't come across any of the LE resist / chaos crafts, so yeah, I probably could reach out for the crafters in the team to get one, but it's not worth it, not at this stage of the event. Rings again were from the team, and I got a blank marble amulet base. I hit it with a couple of blessings to increase the implicit, and then hit it with an evasion essence, and that's what I got. And then I crafted the dex on there because I was a little shy of the dex. Same with this ring, I was a little shy on the intelligence. I found this on the floor, so that's what I'm using. Flask wise, I got the jade and the quartz flask from leveling, and I should have taken the second flask choice. I should have taken the granite, and then I could have picked up the quartz at the end of the leveling. I forgot to pick up the granite, so I went with the quartz, and then I picked up the sulfur at the end. I don't think the sulfur interacts with the totems, I'm not sure, but it does interact with the Rain of Arrows. So I've rolled these myself. I'm still trying to roll the Quicksilver, but again I'm not sure how long I'm going to play the event because of the time left, because I am so tired and exhausted from the illness I have. And then I've not found an Eternal Life Flask. I think my filters are knackered and I just can't be bothered to change them. I'm so tired. So that's how I've got my gear set up. This is how I've done my tree. Leveling wise, I came through the dex nodes, went straight through for Master of Arena, then came up for Avatar of the Hunt, Came down for Cloth and Chain and Defiance Banner mana res, straight into the 2 life masteries, and then took the regen 2% life while moving, which is absolutely amazing if you're doing totems while leveling, because it's such a you don't really need a life flask because you're moving, you're regenerating the life, and totems are killing stuff. So came down through the life node here and took the totem nodes. I then came up through here and got I went up here for reflexes for the increased evasion, and then took Sentinel to guarantee that I had the elemental resists before the Act 5 Katava. I then came through and took One with Nature for the same reason. Came up for Heart of Oak, through for Quick Step, and then through Intuition, through to the Life Mastery to get Vitality mana res. Wasn't aiming to get spell. What's it called? Spell suppression. The build would have Mage Bane, but I'm not really bothered about that right now. I'll take it if I do some more leveling. I'm not sure. After I got all of those nodes, I came down and took Burning Brutality and the Fire Exposure Mastery. I then came up for Constitution and through these nodes. Duels wise, because I have experienced BPL before and I know duels can be a bit hard to get, I just went with the easy leveling ones. As soon as I got the quest done and had the duel, the next point I took the dual socket and whacked in the Assassin's Haste, and I did the same with the Conqueror's Efficiency. The only node on here that's applicable for my particular build is Mana Reservation and actually Skill Duration for the Ignites maybe. Mana cost is completely pointless, everything is on life tap. So then we came up through Sanctity, Discipline Training, Retribution, all the way through. I took Purity of Flesh first for the Chaos res, and then I took Sovereignty and the Mana res, and then we're Holy Fire, and then the next one to take would be the Damage over Time multiplier and the minus fire res. Once I've got to level 80, I will keep the passive point for going to level 80. I'll then go and do Uberlab. After I come out of Uberlab, I'll take Ancestral Bond, as I said earlier in the video, and then at that point I'll put the Dawn on and do some res changes. Honestly though, as you can see, it is 1500 hours local time, my time. I am exhausted. I'm not sure if I'm going to play much more of this BPL just because I'm tired from my illness. And honestly, there is a little bit of peer pressure to go hard and no life the BPL because it's only a 4-day event, and I'm not sure I'll do it next time. I might join and just do Heist because I love Heist. I think majorly though this time around it was because I joined in, I put my submission in, I got in, and then between getting in was fine, getting the team sort was done was fine, and then between the team sort being done I became ill and I really didn't want to let the team down, and I thought, well, you know, it'll be fine, I'll be able to get it done. Looking back with hindsight, I should have just been honest with my team leader and said, look, I'm ill, I'm very sorry, I won't be able to participate at full strength, it might be better to get someone else in. I thought I'd be able to handle it, I was wrong, so there. So that's where I am in the BPL. I love the event. I thank you to Badger for putting it on. I will link Badger's BPL website down below for you to look at. And if you haven't joined in and you do have a time for a weekend to do it, I suggest you do it once just to experience it. It is, if I'm not ill, it's really great being part of a team. Yeah, and I think it's a fun and great event if you're not ill. If you haven't done it, I highly suggest getting in contact with the team, Badger, the organisation team, next time it comes out. Subscribe to Badger's YouTube channel and his Twitter page. That's where he announced the BPL, and you'll get the knowledge, and if you're quick enough you can get in. Once the event has started, you can't join unless someone drops out and you're on the wait list, but even at that point you're kind of behind, so you do need to be a bit quick to level. But yeah, the team helps out to get you there. Hope you enjoyed the video. That's not much more to say, and once I'm better I'll do some more. I've got some ideas for some videos I want to do, so once I'm better I'll kick those out. Have fun, stay safe, see you in the next one.